Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Another week. Got through another week, and this week obviously has been a lot more challenging than previous weeks. And it started last Sunday with a late flight, delayed flights, multiple flights. Obviously, I've been traveling, going to see clients and family and friends before the season starts, before the work really gets started. But like last week was very trying, and the only thing it revealed to me is that we were in control. Like I have control of my life, no matter what goes on in my life. No matter like we talk about it all the time. I talk about it all the time. There's always going to be ebbs and flows. There's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be situations that just happen, like flat tires. You're going to have check engine light, like oil changes, delayed flights. And it's just like life is what you make of it. Like I can spend all my days worried and concerned about things happening to me, and then I don't get anything done. My day is not productive. What I've done has no meaning. And I could focus this past Sunday on the fact that my flights got delayed, the fact that it kind of messed up kind of the beginning of my trip. Or I can look at it like, what's next? Like, how is this? Like, this happened and it's happening in the moment, right? But I can't focus on it because I can't fly the plane. I'm not a pilot. And even if I am a pilot, I'm not going to take off and the plane's not secure or there are issues going on because there are people that's counting on one to be alive, to be safe, their family members. And so it's a lot that goes into it that can have you spiraling out of control, that creates unnecessary stress and drama that you really can't do anything about. So I could spend the next few hours complaining and griping about something I can't do anything about. And then the plane takes off and like, then I worry about being late and being not where I'm supposed to be. And like, it is what it is. Communicate to the necessary people and then kind of move on. And throughout the week, a lot of things, a lot of challenges happen, a lot of obstacles happen. But I realized that really like this week and every week is a new challenge. Every week is a new set of obstacles. But it depends on if you allow it to bother you. It depends on if you allow it to frustrate you, to knock you off your pivot. Like, what am I trying to accomplish today? Okay. Whatever happens, at the end of the day, did I accomplish my goal? If I set out and set a goal and I accomplished it, like everything else doesn't matter. It's supposed to happen. There are things it's going to be out of my control. But if I focus on that, which is a distraction, like that's, you can say it's the work of the enemy. You can say whatever. You can say a friend. You can say whatever, the universe, however you want to put it. Like you set a goal, you got to complete it. You have to achieve it. You have to finish it because your body and your mind doesn't know the difference. Your body and your mind doesn't see it as obstacles. It's just a new day. And so you continue to have defeats. You continue not to finish things. It tells your mind tells yourself that that's okay. Well, it's just a part of the day. I didn't complete that task. We'll get it tomorrow. And so that becomes your norm. That becomes your habits. That becomes a part of you. And so then it doesn't really affect you or bother you when you don't finish. And you can't grow that way. You can't excel that way. And so I welcome the challenge. I'm not sitting here saying, hey, look, I want this to happen. No, but I understand that it's a part of my day. Like some days when I go to get a rental car, it's not going to be the car I want. I can spend an hour complaining, getting upset, yelling at people. But as I've aged and matured, I've realized that it doesn't matter. It's minute in comparison to what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this accomplished. This is in my way of getting this accomplished. How can I navigate this, right, to complete the task? And that's it. Like it's a lot that goes on in life, from changing jobs to health concerns to relationships to the people in your life, right? And you're just navigating those situations. That's all it really is. Like, and it's what you're allowing to be a part of your life, being your space, because you can't control everything. I have no desire to control everything. I used to when I thought I could. And all I did was waste time and energy. And I'm exhausted and I still didn't finish. So what is the whole point? What is the whole point of getting all worked up, getting upset, getting mad, going back and forth with people? Like, today's today, tomorrow's tomorrow. Like 10, 12, 15 years from now, some of this won't even, some of these people won't even be here. Like a week from now, that won't even be a topic of discussion. But people only allow things, like it affects you when you allow it to. Like, they're going to say what they want to say. Obviously, I had an incident this week and people are still talking. Like, let them talk. Obviously, they're talking because they have nothing else to talk about. You're the topic of discussion because they can't talk about their life. And so you got to look at it that way. That's a part of the process. Like, you get really good at something, there's always going to be someone that did not do that has no opinion. You can't focus on that. And part of it, like, again, it's stuff that we do that brings it upon ourselves. We have to be able to look in the mirror, right, and say, hey, look, I had a part of this. I did something in this. I was involved in this. Like, the universe, the world, God is not just picking me out of a hat and saying, hey, look, all this happens to you. That's not how that works. What part did I play in this? How can I now move on from it, grow from it? I'm not trying to fix anything. It's not about fixing anything. It happened. I'm not trying to control anything. It happened. How can I move forward? How can I learn from this? How can I improve myself because of this? Because whatever I'm going through, I need it. Even if it's something I didn't want, right? If I involve myself in it, I need it, and I need to learn, because when it happens again, I need to be prepared. I'll be unprepared if I don't learn something from this. I'm going to go through it again. Again, like my grandmother said, who was my pastor, like, you pass the test or you keep taking it. That has stuck with me my entire life. Now, granted, as I've aged, I've learned to listen to it. I didn't listen to it when I was in my 20s because I felt like I had all the time in the world. And I still have way more time. I just don't have time for foolishness. I don't have time for pointless arguments and debates. You can argue whatever you want. If that's what you feel, okay. Has nothing to do with me. I have a job to do. I have work to do. And I control all that. I'm in control what I allow into my space. If I allow the issues and the conversations and the comments to bother me and it throws me off of what I'm doing, that's my fault. Everyone's going to talk. Everyone's going to say, whatever you believe in you, whatever you believe about you is what matters. It's not what other people. If you believe that you're the best in the world, one, you got to go prove it. You prove it through the work, right? So when we get to the point where the task has to be completed, wherever it is, your job, your family, your spouse, your career, whatever it is, right? A goal in life, a health goal, like myself, me reaching my health goal. I reached my health goal, and you have to understand, it's not about the naysayers. None of that matters. That doesn't exist. I don't have doubters. I don't have haters because I don't pay attention to that. I used to. Like, I'm serious, a year ago, 2 years ago, I cared what people thought. I cared what people said because I would put that out. I would post pictures. You want the applause, and then you start to realize there's two sides to that. Like, there's going to have someone that's going to say something negative. There's going to be somebody that say something positive, and there's going to be the people that you want to say something that don't say nothing at all. So there's three sides. Really, it's the negative, positive, and neutral. The most important is what you think. Which one of those do you listen to? And now that I've gotten to this place in my life where none of that matters, and I share that with people because I see that's the number one killer of success. That's the number one killer of anything, right? Great is belief. What do you believe in? Who do you believe in? Like, no matter what, your coach is there to help you, your supervisor is there to help you. You still got to get the job done. You still got to put the work in. You still got to push yourself. Like, if you don't do the necessary thing, it's never gonna happen. I don't care what your supervisor, your mentor, or your parents say. It doesn't matter. You're not gonna succeed. Eventually, it's gonna catch up to you. Eventually, you're gonna run into somebody that works extremely hard. Probably not as talented as you are, but it matters to them so much that they refuse to lose. You're gonna quit because you have not built the calluses and the stamina to continue to succeed. That is the truth. Like, that's what it boils down to. Everything, you control everything in your life. Anything that's inside your bubble, we have a bubble, right? Whatever you allow in your bubble, that's your fault. That's on you. because nothing should matter but what's inside the bubble. Like it's your life. You're living it. Nobody else is. Everyone's going to have opinions. Everyone's going to say what they want to say. They're outside the bubble. They're outside the landing zone. They're outside of the success. Like those barriers, right? You put up not to alienate people, right? But you have something you want to do. It's something that you've always wanted to do. Something that you've always wanted. You always wanted. It's something you want to possess. Like you go after it, and you got to have unwavering faith. Like your skills, like right, your gift that God gave you at birth, He gave it to you when you was born, right? You didn't do anything for the gift. Your skill is when you focus on that and you work on that gift, but you didn't do anything for the gift. We'll get that out the way, right? My ability, I think I said I can relate to people at any point. I'm a talk. That's who I am. I'm a talker. I've realized that I've stopped being a debater. I've stopped being an arguer. I'm a talker, and in any room I get in, right, I can control that room. That's my gift. That's what I believe. I could have used that as to be a used car salesman, to be a lawyer, to be a debater. I could, I chose to use it in the sports space and recruiting, and development, and right. And so I worked on that gift. I honed that gift. I put everything into it, right? And it blessed me. Like that gift got me from high school coaching to working with the Pelicans, to working with the Los Angeles Rams, to working with Southern University, working with Memphis, working with Louisiana Tech, being blessed to be at LSU, navigating different spaces, and now where I am right now in my career, my life, right? That gift has taken me places. That gift has set me in different rooms, but I had to work on that gift. I had to mold that gift. I had to, refine it so it can become skilled. Like there's a difference between a gift and skill. Skill is when you work on a gift, and so I've gotten to that point because of unwavering faith in the gift that God gave me, not myself. That's the truth. I have to work on me every day. I am a sinner. I am not perfect. I do things I shouldn't do every day, and I ask for forgiveness. I'm not who I should be. I'm not who He wants me to be. Not yet. I'm working on that, but I realize I have faith in the gift that He gave me. He gave me this. He entrusted this in me, and He did it with a purpose. I have to become who He wanted me to be. I have to continue on this journey. I have to run my own race. Everybody's race is not the same. So I don't compare anymore. A wise person told me comparison is the thief of joy. So I don't do that anymore. Everyone's different. Everyone is their own unique self. There's no comparison. There's no two people like even twins. And so once I start to realize that gift is going to put me in different rooms, right, I have to refine that gift so that I become skilled, so that it's now the best thing that I do when I walk in any room. And I've been blessed to be in these rooms, right? And then I can navigate in these rooms because of the skill. But it comes from the belief. Like if I don't work on it, there's nothing to believe in. I'm just talented. And I'm going to slip up. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm going to do things. That's life. Like, but I keep working it. I keep working on my craft to be the best version of me. And it's still a work in progress. I am still a work in progress. But I control all this. At the age of 38, do I think I should be further along? Absolutely. I think I could have mastered this by 30. But all the other things, all the other distractions, all the other things I was working on, working 3 jobs, working overnight, paying bills, paying student loans, doing all these other things took me a little longer. Like it's the same thing with children of Israel, right? Wandering for 40 years. Like it was never supposed to be 40 years. Their decisions led that to be that long. Some things are mapped out to be that long, right? But they didn't have to do that. That was not, hey, look, you're going to be there for 40 years, right? You left, but because of your doubts, your unbelief, your murmuring, your complaining, this is the reaction to it. Like you had a choice. Again, I go back, choices, decisions, consequences, reaction. This is the consequence of your actions. You're going to be in here longer than you need to. And none of y'all are going to make it who were born in this timeline is going to make it to see the promised land. And so that's what you have to realize. Like sometimes it's taking longer because you're not where you're supposed to be to get what you're supposed to get. You can't handle the blessing that you're supposed to get. You control that by what you allow in your bubble, by what you allow to affect you, by what you allow to bother you. You are in control of your life. No one else is. And you have to understand that. That's what I took from this week. Like everything this is the crazy part. Last Sunday, all that happened within a 7-day span. Guess what? Today is Sunday. When I put this out, it'll be Monday. One thing I know, the sun is going to go down and the sun is going to rise again. And I have to be prepared for whatever it is that next day. I have to leave whatever happened yesterday and yesterday. That's I go to sleep, that happened. When I wake up, I'm not concerned about it. And I have to work on that every day. Because today's issues are for today. Tomorrow is different. I can't take that. Can't take yesterday's issues into tomorrow. Because then tomorrow goes into and then you just compound and you building up and you never catch up. You never improve. You never grow. You just worry about the same thing over and over and over, cycling. You control it. No matter what happens to you, you control it. Your response is based on you. And you have the power to make it, to improve it, to grow from it, to learn from it, and be the best version of yourself. Like, I'm wishing greatness. I'm wishing blessings. I'm praying for blessings on everyone, including myself, and everyone who listens, pays attention, watches, comments. Like, again, I do this specifically for myself and others who are struggling with different issues in their life. Like every day we have issues. Every day we have obstacles. Every day we have challenges, but we can get through it. This is episode 101. We've gotten through 101 episodes, which is 7 days. I'm not even going to try to do the math thing. I'm not about to sit here and try to do that, but it's a lot. And so understanding how many weeks, understanding how many days in between 101 episodes is to get this far as a blessing. Because I could always stop. I can always look at the viewers and be like, oh, I'm not doing that. It's not worth it. It has helped me tremendously. It is because I can go back and I can watch and rewatch and understand like the growth process in this. I don't plan on, I'll make this the biggest, best podcast, add producers and all that. No, this is raw, unfiltered. These are my thoughts. This is how I live my life every day. And I hope it helps someone. I hope that you truly grow from these messages. I love every last one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Like, we're going to continue to climb. Like, we cannot stop. We made it this far and we're going to go further. I promise you, we're going to go further. It's going to be okay. I love y'all. Enjoy your week. Take it day by day and flush whatever happens every night. Wake up with a renewed spirit and a renewed mind. Thank God for what you have today. A blessing is a blessing, and you wake up, you open two. And every time you open your eyes, you open two blessings. Appreciate that. But some people don't have that. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed. Enjoy your week.